All right, so I'm doing a few things here, but I wanted to, while I thought I had some peace and quiet, the cats are coming back in. Who knows what's on their mind? You know what it is. Um, so basically, let me see. It seems like I don't know if anybody's really on, but this is what I wanted to talk about. Now, that background you can't really see all the way. It's zoomed in. I don't know if I could have zoomed it out, but I got the numbers relatively in my mind. Um, let's see, what do I have back here? Okay, so it says there's a period from October 20th to 5/23. So that was me off and on Bigo, offloading the Bigo sometimes with it on my phone, sometimes off. Didn't really log in too much. I caught the show whenever I had a little extra time. I don't like to use the word bored, but that's what a lot of people try to use it as a boredom app. They must be bored for too many hours. I didn't have that kind of time. But what did happen later, 2 years ago, almost to the day, just about, the day is June 5th, 2025. Just about then is when I started logging in daily. And so I'm not going to go through that whole story. I think I've said that before. If not, I'll post a story about that. But shortly, about 3 months after that, I became a paid host. You know, so I don't want to go through the whole spiel and my ins and outs and how I've worked the app over the months. But let's just say that it's been almost 2.2 million beans collectively that I've received, which is equivalent to $10,500. Also, the app itself, when you reach these goals, gives you money. So it's approximately about $17,000 in Bigo Pay. There's also rebates. I mean, when I got there, the rebates were under 100%. There's stories of a little more. I've seen it where in other regions they went to 110% to try to promote streamers getting on the app, but relatively they're about 82.5, 85% at most now. That's for smaller rebates. I figured about half, because some of the times you apply and you don't get these rebates, and you also just have organic sent at not rebate time. So I figure it's about $5,000 in rebates. I withdrew. Some people are inviting me to PK with them. No, I'm doing something. And so a cash withdrawal of 3,734. Not one, but several. Since December, I've been withdrawing little bits here and there. And so, yeah, so then my in-app games, there's thousands gambled on roulette and yummy and all sorts of stuff. So basically, what I spent in diamonds was about $30,000 equivalent, sending to people. $30,000 on the app, right? But when you add up 17 times 5 plus 5, that's 22. And then you got, somehow magically, I only recharged approximately about 2,000. I have to go through all the different credit cards that I've added. Most of it was done when I wasn't an official host. So that was that. But basically, yeah, we take that in, and my profit was about $1,734. So the profit could have been a lot more had I not gifted as much, but I'd also have to have that much organic, which is just people coming in and saying, you know what? Bravo, here you go. Let me give you $5. Let me give you 10. And then a stream of people, which is what happens initially when people just you're new to that. They're like, oh, wow, come on now. They know you got a job and you're going to recharge. I don't care how entertaining you are. I have people in the industry. I myself get paid to talk. I've been doing stuff online for a long, 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 long time. Some of you are my students in other regions, and I've been teaching online since 2010. I've had online businesses for a lot longer. I've been paid as an instructor and performer since I was 16. So there you go. But nonetheless, as I've tried to kind of weed out just more organic support versus this thing they call business. I mean, wow. I really thought, I didn't even think I'd be on there for a whole year, let alone 2. But this is it. That's why I could put this information up fully, So yeah, I mean, there was a time where I didn't spend much hours. These are 650 paid hours. I'd have to think they show you now what you spent there for the month, but I wonder if I spent twice as much, And this is stuff like while I'm taking a walk, I'm driving, I'm doing different stuff. But it's crazy to think how many hours could that have been that I spent. I don't know. So then, do I make $2.50 an hour, or do I make like $1 an hour, right? Or just slightly over? Who knows? Like I said, for some people, there is some profit there. Everybody's going to tell you it's better than it is just because that's their job, They're, I think, mostly agents and resellers. But I think I even hear them grumble a lot, as if this is supposed to pay their bills if they're not 20-something-year-olds. Now, there are some late bloomers, right? There's people with companies, products, services, consultants. If you're one of those people and you can have a niche market, or you bring on, you know how to recruit, you know how to market. And sure, I wasn't doing any of that. I was just simply turning on the cam, like working with the people on the app, which is very trying, and using some basic spare time. I do work from home, so I have little breaks, but I learned that I could take little breaks in between. Other than that, I thought I had to do 30-minute breaks for a long time. So that added to, stuff like that. But anyways, I got to get ready. I got to keep going. It's pretty late here, so have a good one. I just wanted to do this because I figured TikTok's going to be able to record this and I'd be able to download and clip it and all that kind of stuff. Hope this helps. Let's see when this gets done.